Thank you very much, Mustafa. First of all, could I thank all of you for your what Deputy Collins termed very insightful overview of a very difficult situation in Syria and in the difficulties in the adjoining countries as well. And it was very good to have Mustafa here with us today as a programme director in that particular region. As a committee, we were anxious that Concern Goal and Trócaire would have the opportunity to make a presentation to this committee. This was a special meeting arranged today so that we could have this meeting in public session in advance of the Brussels III Syria conference of next week. As a committee, you know we don't have an executive role, but what we can do, and what I'm sure with the agreement of the committee, we will write to Antónis, Minister for Foreign Affairs and Trade, later today, outlining the concerns that you've expressed again regarding the ongoing humanitarian issues and other longer-term issues in regard to infrastructure and security of people wanting to return to Syria as well, and the obvious pressures in the adjoining countries too, where there are so many displaced people and so many refugees. And I think I was struck as well by your reference to the need to ensure that women's leadership is encouraged and supported in a big way in this particular area, and the whole emphasis on education as well, and the dangers, the very real dangers of a lost generation in regard to lack of access to education. We were anxious to have this meeting in advance of the Brussels conference next week, so that's why we were anxious to get an up-to-date presentation from yourselves in public session. We don't have an executive role, but we will communicate immediately with the Tánaiste, and in public session, of course, it's important for the taxpayers and the public who support the work of Concern Goal and Trócaire and other organisations that they have an opportunity, maybe through the Oireachtas channel or through some media coverage, to hear of the plight of so many millions of people in that area, and to know that the money that's donated by taxpayers and by the public through other public appeals, that is put to very good use as well. So again, on behalf of the committee, and I'm sure on behalf of all of the Oireachtas, we just want to commend, as other colleagues did, the work of your colleagues working literally on the ground in an extremely difficult position. And I think Mustafa mentioned the phrase, the courage of the humanitarian workers on the ground, and the very serious safety issues and security issues that they face on a daily basis. So again, you can be assured that our committee, and we've had a lot of engagement with your organisations, with other organisations as well on this issue for more than 8 years. Unfortunately, it has been with us, and when we hear of the death toll of more than 500,000 people, so 16 million people needing humanitarian aid, it goes without saying that we will be totally supportive and encouraging the government and the European Union to continue their support in financial terms, and also to encourage other members of the international community who have not been as generous or as thoughtful in respect of this tragedy.